Welcome to Bad Idea Metals, my fence. But today I wanted to do a quick walkthrough. So I made friends recently with the owners of a company that they inadvertently create e-waste or just waste in general, and I was trying to show them how to sort their metallic waste to get a good return off of it, or at least any return instead of throwing it away. And that made me think, you know what? I know I've already done a video like this, but I wanted to kind of show my process, how I maximize for me what I get, what I save, how I sort it, and that sort. So this won't be very long. This is going to be just like an introduction. So for my friends that I was talking with yesterday, this video is really for you guys, but I hope others can benefit as well. So on the back of my trailer here, you can see this is what it looks like when I get it. My pickups are usually pretty nasty messes. Let me go show you some of the stuff that I got. I get wires, and I get expansion cards. Sometimes I get full systems, switches and routers and servers. There's a few servers tucked away underneath there. I don't think you can see it. I got some equipment over here on this side. I got this massive, large rack of phones. It's kind of a crazy system. It got buried. I wanted to tear it apart already, but haven't gotten there. So you see a lot of circuit boards, a lot of wires. That's the kind of scrap that I gravitate towards. I do pick up other stuff. Oh, well, there's a server right there. It's a Dell, a PowerEdge. So you'll see I see phone systems come through here, power supplies, other things like that. Let's go look in the truck real quick before I talk about how I sort it. But this is kind of the general stuff that I see a lot of. All right, so on the back of my truck here, you'll see a lot of wires. Those are just power cords clipped. But here's kind of a process that I go through when I sort them. So you'll see I've got electric motors on one side. I've got these low quality wires here. They're all data cables. In there, in this box here, you'll see it kind of is a varying mess. But basically what I do is I'll take these wires. These are technically power cord, but they're such thin core power cord, not very much copper in them for their plastic. They usually go at an insulated low. I won't melt these. I won't process these myself. That's as far as I'll take them. Just a cross section here. If it zooms. There we go. The focus needed to come back. There's really not much copper in it. It's various other metals. So this is a really low grade wire. But yeah, I just get this random stuff and I sort it. So in my electric motors, I've got fans. I've also got these bricks, these power bricks. They're power supplies to laptops. These have copper and aluminum pieces in it. They don't sell very well, but they sell better than steel. Really what I'm looking for when I do scrap is metals that are ferrous and metals that are not. So one thing that I was trying to explain to my friends yesterday is the ferrous versus non-ferrous, meaning it has iron in it. Ferrous being iron, is magnetic. Here, let's show you down here. I've got a few things. I've got some aluminum, and I got a steel standoff post from inside of a switch. And I got these little magnets. Oh, well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. So I got these little magnets here, and obviously if it's magnetic, the magnets will attract to it. The standoff is non-magnetic. So that's actually a little bit of a surprise because a lot of these are, but this one isn't, and non-magnetic. Aluminum is non-ferrous. These are non-magnetic, but these computer cases, they are ferrous. And so when you take your magnet, here, maybe just a, they're magnetic. So here's what I do. As you're sorting your stuff, if you have a bin that you can put your non-ferrous in, that's a high recommendation. You'll get a better price for non-ferrous stuff. Even if it's stainless steel, it's still steel, but stainless steel is a much better price than regular ferrous steel of different varieties. My other recommendation for all of you out there, the more clean you can get something, the better your price. So you see how all of these have their ends on them. They're not really that clean. These will definitely go as an insulated low. Some of these might be an insulated medium, like power cords, for example. Power cords would go as an insulated medium. Some of them could even go as a high. But the problem that we face is these heads have little steel or nickel connectors in there, and well, that's a problem. The recyclers would have to do all the work of clipping it, and since that creates work for them somewhere, they'll either have to grind them and then filter them out. It costs money for parts, their grinders, their chop tools. I don't even know what you call them. It's kind of like a baler, I guess. It just wears down their parts, so they won't buy them as high. But if you go and clip the heads off of them, you can get a better price. Me, for the insulated low, these would still be insulated low with or without the heads, so I leave them on. But on my power cords that I don't plan on melting for my own use, those I'd clip the heads to make sure I get a better price. Otherwise, they might go as insulated low as well. So it's all just a percentage of how much copper is in the wire. All right, one of the last things I wanted to show was the aluminum. Aluminum can be pretty interesting stuff. There's what's called cast aluminum, and then there's this extruded aluminum. It makes this really nice high-pitched sound compared to other metals. And it kind of, it just sounds like a higher pitch, reverberating, echoing metals. I don't know. It's kind of fun though. It's really cool. So these little steel clips that help mount certain things to motherboards and other devices, they're going to lower your price really, really badly, actually. If it's clean, this is considered clean aluminum, and this is extruded, you can get maybe, I don't know, anywhere from 50 to 75 cents per pound, depending on when it is. Metals recently have totally dove, I don't know. Anyway, they've fallen off so badly that, my opinion, you should just hold your aluminum, to be honest. Prices will come back eventually, but me, I melt mine anyway. So, but these clips, they're a pain in the neck to get out sometimes. So these ones are candidates for me to melt because the clip won't melt at the temperature that I go, and the aluminum will. So I can always reclaim the clips later. But these bigger ones, if they don't fit in my crucible, I sell them because they're worth almost 60 cents a pound right now. Whereas if they have these clips on it, they drop down to about 10 cents a pound, and it's the same metal. So cast aluminum is pretty different. I think this might be cast aluminum right here. It's screwed onto this circuit board, but this cast aluminum, this is only worth about, I don't know, 12 cents clean. If I were to take all that time of cleaning that off, it would only be worth about 12 to 15 cents. That doesn't look like aluminum now that I look closer at it. But cast aluminum does look a little bit like this. Let me see if I've got one. Not in there. Well, that'll be a fun thing to take apart. I'll have to do that in a future video. I'm not finding my cast aluminum. I must have already sold it all. Cast aluminum is pretty crummy stuff, to be honest. It's more brittle. That might be cast. No, this is extruded and it's been welded. This is extruded aluminum welded. Well, I don't have a good example of cast, so that's all right. It's crappy aluminum anyway. But you can see, I've got a pretty big mess back here. But this is what I do. I basically sort it into types, and then I extract what I need or what I want. Here's some cast aluminum. This is an old hard drive. I collect hard drives from different people and destroy it for them. A lot of times there's a cast mark on your aluminum, so that must be underneath the circuit board. So this is cast aluminum with the circuit board on the back still. Here's some cast aluminum right here. And there's the cast marking right there. So this, I mean, this might not be aluminum per se. This could be zinc. It's heavy. It's heavier than I would have expected, and it's got the wrong sheen. But this is what a cast aluminum would look like. I'd have to do the chemical analysis on this one, or look up the number there. But that number, I don't have a system that I can look that up very well. Oh, hi Watson. Did you come to visit? Huh, say hi. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting back to it. So I'm getting off topic, and I apologize to my friends that I would promise that this would be a short video. Here's my 2 cents. If you can, keep your materials separated, right? So this is what cast aluminum would look like. It's going to get a lower price, and if you mix them, places will pay you the lower grade. So you want to get your extruded aluminum, which again looks like that right there. You want to get your extruded aluminum separate from your cast aluminum. If you can, get anything magnetic off of it, any screws, any clips, then they can call it clean. Clean gets a much better price than dirty. For example, this is a frame to an old Mac, an old iMac, but you see these little magnets in here, and they're magnetic. Obviously, they're ferrous. They would have they would lower my value. But this is clean, and they consider this a high grade aluminum. It's not extruded, but it's not cast either. I don't know how they make it personally, but there's that. Your wires, let me show you the difference between a few here. So this right here is a really high grade copper wire. If you could get the shielding off, obviously you'd get the most possible, but if you're gonna sell it as is, this would go as a high. This would go for like $1.50 to $2.50 per pound. If you could get the shielding off, then this could go even higher, up to $3.50 per pound. So then this one wire right here, it's a very small little clip. This one's about 3/4 of a pound, almost a full pound all by itself. So recommendations, sort your wires well. Aluminum, steel, all the rest of that, you could just heap it together if you really don't have time. But really pay attention to your wires. The wires are where you're going to get the most return. I almost forgot the things that I really look for. Let's see, I have some back here. So the stuff that I really look for, these are them right here. So anything that has fingers, like the gold fingers on this video card, or the gold fingers on this the server riser expansion. But RAM is good. It's got those fingers. This RAM has shielding on it. Let me get a piece that doesn't. Now all the RAM back here has shielding on it. The other thing I go for are these gold pins. Do you see on the server card here? those pins. Cat, you're in the video now. You're crazy. Huh. We got a wild cat scratching up my children's playset. But that is the prettiest right there. That's what I'm after. These gold pins. They're not solid gold, but they are gold plated. And I am gonna do a video here pretty soon, I hope. I keep teasing it because I keep wanting to get to it, but I've got so many things to do around here. Anyway, gold pins. Where's the, there was one that I wanted to show off here. Oh, here's some RAM. The black chips. Things with these black chips, that's what I'm after too. Video cards, other expansion cards, but predominantly this RAM. These have chips that I'm after. The chips have a little bit of gold in them, just a little, but you pop them all off and then you put them all together. Video cards, look at that. They've got these chips that I really like. They've got the gold fingers again. But in general, cards, all the cards. I like all the cards. But that's what I'm after personally. So if you're recovering metals like wires and steel and stuff like that, if you're recovering metals to sell to a scrapyard, don't sell the circuit boards there. At least not yet. They might buy them. Some recycle centers do, some don't. PCBs or populated circuit boards have lead potentially. They have other metals that aren't really great and they don't want to deal with it. So in general, they'll deny them. But people like me, we do our recoveries off of them. Like that circuit board right there. It's got gold trim. That's, again, not solid gold. It's just gold flashing. Or on this laptop case, there's gold on that. Those little gold, these little gold pads, they can go through an acid wash, and I can recover some stuff off of that. So I would say if you're collecting circuit boards that have gold or black chips on them, find a scrapper near you who would be interested in them. So anyway, that was my short video that is now over 25 minutes long in filming. I apologize. I meant for it to be short, just a quick reference guide. Basically, anything has metal has value. Some metal has very little value. Some metals like copper and stuff like that, brass, they have got some pretty good value. And hopefully the prices go back up here pretty soon because prices dropped hard. Anyway, that's it. Watson, do you have any final words for the channel today? Oh yeah, okay. Well then, on that note, have a good night and good luck scrapping. It's a lot of fun, but be safe. Okay, we'll see you.